So asking for what you need and actually seeing into the other's eyes are combined in this video, because I had this really incredible experience with our dog Scout. So we have a neighbor that has a dog that barked initially when we came here incessantly. He would be out for hours and hours and hours tied somewhere near their house and bark. And what's really more fascinating than just a barking neighbor is, as you can see, there are mountains here and the barking would echo, 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 echo. It felt like it was coming from all sides. And sometimes actually him barking would then trigger other dogs in neighboring towns, and you could actually start hearing them all bark, which was crazy. Now, our little guy here, Scout, was initially, when he heard this guy bark, he was down at the barn with me. And this other dog goes like, wah, 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 wah. And Scout went, wah, wah. And this other guy still, wah, 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 wah. And Scout went again, wah, wah. And this other guy still, wah, 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 wah. And finally Scout looked at me and he's like, he doesn't hear me. I don't get it. He's not even responding to me barking. And I looked at him and I said, you're right, he's not listening to you. And I actually explained to him what occurred to me in that moment. I'm like, nobody listens to that dog. Obviously that dog doesn't want to be in that space of being tied outside, otherwise he wouldn't be barking. And I said to Scout, he's not being heard. And because he's not being heard, he has a really hard time hearing you. So I said, Scout, here's the thing. Why don't you stop barking, show him what a good dog does by modeling it. Just be quiet. And he looked at me and he laid down right there by the barn and stopped barking. And I was like, really? My God, sometimes it's so easy, it's kind of crazy. The next day, we were sitting up here on the deck. Hey, baby. Come here a second. We sat here on the deck and Scout was lying right here on the edge and this dog gets barking again. And I'm like, oh my God. So Scout got up and he went again, woof, woof. And the guy wasn't listening. And he went again, woof, woof. So I just looked at him and I said, baby, remember what we talked about? Just be a model for him. Don't get engaged. It's not going to work. And he went like, and he laid down right here and looked in that direction where the barking went and went like this and went. And I had to laugh, of course. I was like, what a good boy. Of course you do want to talk. That's so natural that they want to be in communication. And so he at least had to make a point by going, but he never barked again. And nowadays, this dog doesn't bark as much anymore, but when he barks, Scout never pays attention to him. Sometimes another dog barks from another area, he will, because that's a bark that's more like a responsive bark. But when this guy gets on his barking frenzy, this dog here does not respond anymore. So by asking for what I needed and by seeing it also through his eyes that he did need to somehow have some communication, we really came to a great moment of mindful connection where, we really understood one another in such a way that now this is not even a topic anymore. And every time this dog barks, I'm so proud of Scout and I'm so excited that we have created this understanding. So I hope this is an inspiration for you to really try out some of the more unusual ways of connecting by asking for what you need and by really seeing it through your pet's eyes.